What's good, y'all? It's Pod.cannion back with another reaction video. Today, we have a Jalopy Bungus. I'm just interested to see like what he's gonna cook because he does say theory in the parentheses. So, I'm gonna let him cook. This is Kendrick tried to warn J.Cole on Squabble Up. Now, the reason that this is interesting to me is because I feel like whacked out murals or morals is more accurate to him addressing J. Cole. But the thing about uh, especially like the newer thing of Kendrick's music is like you can look at it from different angles, especially like this tape. Like as more information comes out, each song has been making more and more sense, if you know what I mean. So we're about to see what this is. If y'all like the video, like it, subscribe if you're new. All we do is chill over here. With that being said, let's get into it.
This video is about to get very surgical.
Well, they have lost 9 straight.
Chasing that farewell tour, they don't love you like that.
By 17, by 46, 44-98.
He was saying that for Cole.
In Oakland, and my first hit earlier was caught for that 46 State.
So I was going back to GNX to see if I can find more evidence of the theory that I put out a few days ago. I don't know if y'all see my video. Kendrick Lamar is not going to let J. Cole slide this time. And I'm not going to lie. When I went to the Squabble Up music video, there were some theories out there that were kind of loose when it first dropped.
Okay.
But with the new information that J. Cole has been releasing, there's some pieces that we can put together here that actually amplified the theory, bro.
Talk to me.
Genuinely, this is not clickbait. This is not none of that. I think by the end of this video, if that old video I made didn't convince you, this one will. I'm telling you, stay tuned to the very end. So I want you to notice, you got the features, R&D, all that. Then you got the off season, which is dropped already. We got the off season. I think that was 2022 or some sort. So if this was updated, you can cross that off the list.
Oh shit.
But then you got It's a Boy. And then you got the fall off.
It didn't.
So if you're looking, you notice It's a Boy got skipped. We went straight to the fall off. Why is that? That's an important question to ask, an important question to keep in mind. Especially when you consider the fact that there's been credible sources, in my opinion, my personal opinion, that have been saying that J. Cole might also be coming with a mixtape on top of the double disc, The Fall Off.
Shout out to J. Cole. He got a project coming out called The Fall Off, and he got a mixtape where he used some of the locks. He rhymed over Money, Power, Respect, and he rhymed over Can I Live, killed them shit. So Cole is coming back in a major way.
Kiss is saying, right? J. Cole has a whole nother mixtape where he's rapping. And it seemed like he's rapping over classic instrumentals, which low-key is fire. I rock with it. But
sounds fire.
Why wouldn't it be safe to assume that It's a Boy is going to be that mixtape? I feel like that's what a lot of us have come to understand at this point. That's the conclusion that people have made. We don't got no announcement for It's a Boy. It's you feel what I'm saying? Why would that not be the mixtape leading into The Fall Off, the double album? I put the fact that people been speculating since J. Cole rapped his life in reverse, right, on the Diss 2 track, he could have been potentially setting up the mixtape, considering the last few bars were about him being born and before his birth. So he could have been potentially setting up It's a Boy with the release of that song. You got to add in the fact that he's already announced the double album on February 6th. His birthday's on January 28th. Either a surprise drop of It's a Boy.
I have been hearing about the surprise drop on his birthday. I don't know, y'all. I just don't think so, personally. I don't think he's gonna do it, if I'm being honest. Like, when I'm recording this video, it's January 27th, right? So, unless he literally comes out with a mixtape tomorrow, this is false, you know?
Or the announcement of It's a Boy makes the most sense. It's your birthday.
Okay.
It just makes the most sense, especially if you want to dominate that cycle leading into February 6th.
Fuck, I got hits, I got bucks, I got new paper cups, I got friends, I got foes, but they hard.
People, including myself, already seen Squabble up as Kendrick Lamar taking shots at multiple people. One of those people being J.Cole. But I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a theory surrounding this specific scene in the Squabble Up music video, and it was centered around the fact that there's a blue and a pink balloon behind Kendrick Lamar while he's reading this book. And what do blue and pink balloons usually represent? What are they usually synonymous with today? Gender reveals. Post at this book, right? On the cover it says, "How to Be Like Kendrick Lamar for Dummies." I feel like all of us know this by now. But I think in the time we could have just been thinking, okay, this is just a book that Kendrick is selling or whatever, right? But when he decides to place this book in the music video, has got to be intentional. This is at the same exact time you get the blue and the pink balloons. So I feel like if that is a message to J. Cole, this book is probably a message to J. Cole. We'll come back to that in a second, though.
But it ain't deep enough. Fuck a plea, there you go, beat him up.
Fuck a plea, there you go, beat him up. It just seemed like all the lines that could be aimed at J. Cole are being shown during the time where he's reading this book and the balloons are behind him. I don't know. I could be tripping.
Brody won't go, but I know that he popping it. It was wolf tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down, yeah.
Brody won't go, but I know that he popping it. That was J. Cole. I'm not gonna lie. And then after that, pipe down, young. These some whole other politics. Oh my gosh. Niggas ain't even like. Niggas be looking at me weird when I say Kendrick's like one of the greatest, but it's like, oh my, like.
Where he's reading this book and the balloons are behind him. I don't know. I could be tripping.
Brody won't go, but I know that he popping it. It was wolf tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down, young. These some
sale till I silenced it. Ironically, around this bar, you get to see Nate Dogg's double album, right? And initially, we thinking, okay, this probably means that Kendrick Lamar is getting ready to release a double album of some sort. But what if it's a little more layered than that? Now that we got all the puzzle pieces and assortment, let's break this down one by one. First and foremost, the pink and blue balloons. It's already been a theory. It's already been a thing that people have talked about in the past. But it didn't really have as much context that it does today. That could really simply be Kendrick Lamar referencing It's a Boy. That connects to the next thing. This is Kendrick Lamar referencing It's a Boy. And what Jadakiss is saying is true. And J. Cole is actually coming out with a mixtape where he's going to be rapping over classic instrumentals and stuff, right? Is that why Kendrick Lamar rapped on Made Niggas on GNX? Is that why Kendrick Lamar chose to rap over a classic instrumental as well? Because he's aware that that's what It's a Boy is going to be.
That was the song I was trying to figure out. Oh my gosh.
Think about it.
Hold up. That was that Tupac song I was trying to find. Wasn't it? I'm so glad he said that. I was trying to find that song for the longest because I knew he was rapping over a Tupac beat. Okay. Wow. That's great. Yeah. That's awesome. Appreciate you for that.
What if Kendrick also has a project or also has a slew of songs where he is rapping over classic instrumentals?
You're making me hurt right now because that would actually be hilarious.
Is a preview.
That would actually be hilarious. I'm still waiting for that GNX preview song that he made. That one where he just, y'all know which one I'm talking about. You know, yeah, that junk. You know what I mean?
That's just one of the things. That's just one of the things that I think is interesting. But let's go to this next thing. Kendrick Lamar is reading a book called How to Be Like Kendrick for Dummies, right? At first, it's like, okay, but really think about it. What's one of the main knocks against J. Cole in his career? That it feels like he's just copying Kendrick Lamar. Now, I'm not gonna be somebody to say that it's that simple and that it's that like it's probably a lot more to it. But when you really think about it, that's the knock, regardless. You feel what I'm saying? So Kendrick goes ahead and drops an album that's dedicated to the hometown of boom. J. Cole does the same thing.
I've literally had this breakdown towards people. I was like, there was just a certain point in time, like after For Your Eyes Only, that's probably the break off where J. Cole decided, I cannot try to be like Kendrick. I have to be my own artist to a certain extent. Not even to say he's trying to be like Kendrick exactly, but it's like he was trying to match his creativity by also like being clearly inspired by it. It's straight. Like he's gonna break it down. Like I feel like he's gonna say exactly what I would have said.
Kendrick's not the first person to do that. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But then Kendrick goes and drops an album that's more funk, that's like really stepping away from the hip hop sound, so to say, right? The straight commercial rap sound, general. J. Cole does.
Now I will say I feel like 2014 Forest Hills Drive is more of a copy to Good Kid, Mad City. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like you're right with For Your Eyes Only being not a copy, but you know what I'm saying, the reflection of To Pimp a Butterfly.
That's the thing with For Your Eyes Only. I mean, even with the titles, To Pimp a Butterfly, For Your Eyes Only, like it feels like two albums that were very inspired by Tupac, right? Very inspired by Tupac. Then you get Damn, where Kendrick is going more for the charts. Kendrick is going for the charts. He's dropping bangers.
Are you about to compare KOD to Damn? Damn was way better than, and that's the thing. Low key, you might be cooking with that, cause Damn was like him being more like commercial. And then KOD was also J. Cole trying to tackle a commercial sound and a more mainstream. Damn, J. Cole, I thought you gave up after 4 Your Eyes Only.
It's way more digestible, commercial, all that different stuff. J. Cole does the same thing with KOD, where he's going for bangers and going for the charts and all that.
It makes sense, though.
Even down to the taxes. Kendrick Lamar is talking about the...
He did talk... Oh, my gosh. J. Cole, you just can't...
taxes and To Pimp a Butterfly, and then here comes J. Cole doing the same thing on KOD. Now, Kendrick's not the first person to talk about taxes, but that's something to note.
But I know that he popping it. It was worth tickets on sale till I silenced it.
Kendrick Lamar shows Nate Dogg's double album. This is after he shows the Pink and Blue Balloons, which could be a reference to It's a Boy, right? If we're going in...
Now, as far as how sold I am on this theory, I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like about a 3. Now, if this were actually true, like if Kendrick were about to drop something to try to outshine J. Cole, I would be hype as a fan. Like, especially, oh my gosh, like if y'all have heard the Heart series, y'all know when Kendrick be rapping, like remixing songs, oh my gosh, like that shit is crazy. That shit. J. Cole running late. If you don't show up, thinking I'll take his place, ladies start laughing. No pun intended. I ain't being sarcastic.
Right? Based on how J. Cole typically mocks Kendrick Lamar's approach. In theory. In theory, right?
In theory.
The next thing that J. Cole would have to mock is Mr. Morale. Yes or no?
Okay, now I actually got to think here. Did J. Cole actually try to mock that? Nah. I'm not agreeing with this. Because is that not when, okay, let me think here. KOD, and then, was it the off season after that? I'm not that big of a J. Cole fan, y'all. Like, this is actually making me exercise my memory. Is J. Cole's... Just type in J. Cole and see. Scroll through these albums. Okay, so... Wait a minute. KOD, the off season. Fuck. When I think of the off season songs, it's like, and mind you, I acknowledge I'm biased, but like, I really feel like I'm telling 100% of the truth when I be like, all of these albums seem like a mid version of what, like a really mid and watered down version of what Kendrick came out with. And I know there's going to be some J. Cole fans in my comment section just crying away, but please, bro, like, y'all have to get out of your bias and understand where I'm coming from. Because, like, I be understanding where y'all coming from, but sometimes it be straight delusion. Like, you cannot tell me that KO... You cannot tell me For Your Eyes Only is better than To Pimp a Butterfly. You cannot tell me that KOD is better than Damn. Oh, gosh. Now, you might be a little delusional and try to say that the off-season's better than Mr. Morale, but it's not. And it's like, I've listened to all of these albums back to back at least 5 times, but it's like, I just know.
And what was Mr. Morale? A double disc. If we look at it from that perspective,
okay.
Even when we listening to disc 2, right? That whole song felt like he's breaking down his life in a similar approach that Mr. Morale has. He's rapping his life in reverse. He's talking about his father leaving and all this different stuff. It seems like he's getting very deep in his personal bag, which I think is his best bag. I think J. Cole's best bag is when he's in that vulnerable bag. It's not to say he hasn't done that before, but what if this double disc is that? What if this double disc is him peeling back the layers of a woman's life? That would be a mockery of Mr. Morale.
It would. Damn.
And if we're going in order, that is the next album that J. Cole would, in theory, mock.
Oh, shit.
Interesting. With all that being said, here is the actual theory.
Talk to me.
We all know celebrities communicate with each other in ways that we can't really see or understand because there's behind the scenes stuff that we're not there for. You feel what I'm saying? And there's just things about the industry that we're not going to understand in general. So we won't be able to have real perspective on certain things. My theory, though, is that Kendrick Lamar is communicating with J. Cole through the Squabble Up video that I know what you're going to do. Right? I know that It's a Boy is a mixtape where you rapping over classic instrumentals. So let me show you what it sound like when I get on classic instrumentals. Reincarnated. J. Cole's not going to be able to do anything to match that.
No,
right?
Really. Reincarnated is a different level of like... Reincarnated, like, at the point where Kendrick is just a demonstration to make sure none of y'all have forgot, like, his lyrical capability. Like, oh my gosh, and the fact that I finally found that freaking Tupac song, because I knew I knew he just hopped on that beat, but I couldn't find it for whatever reason. And the fact that he was able to get that cleared, too, yeah. Oh my gosh. I got a lot of tracks to listen to.
Then you got your double disc coming out. I know the fall off is a double disc. Telling J. Cole, I know the fall off is a double disc. right? I got my own double disc that I'm gonna end up dropping. And that's gonna be the way that they clash. And I think that if you really look at it from that perspective, Kendrick has been telling J. Cole this whole time. More blood be spilling, this just paint the me. If you go back to my first video, you need to see more of that context. But Kendrick has kind of been communicating this to J. Cole for a minute. That he's gonna give him a Paul Pierce moment. Think about it. If you punch him in the mouth, right, and then you get to just drop another song and then act like and apologize for it and then drop another song and pretend like you was gonna win the battle. What is a better way to get back at you than to get back at you during your farewell tour? Where you're supposed to be walking off with the flowers and walking off with the, you feel what I'm saying? What is a better way than to get at you at that time?
With that angle, I 100% see Kendrick doing something that petty. I'm still on the scale of like convinced. I'm like a 3.5 now. I'm a good blunt, but I'm just have to see it to believe it.
And I think Kendrick Lamar is communicating to J. Cole, not only do I know what your album is like or what your project's going to be like or have an understanding, but I'm also going to step on them. I'm also going to step on them. I think that's what Kendrick's been talking about this whole time. That's my theory. I think the Squabble Up music video was to further communicate, not only to J. Cole, but mainly J. Cole, that it's time to squabble up. That you can't just do that and get away
Can't run
with
away. Said there's no running away from it.
Kendrick Lamar kept emphasizing on the tour, right? At the end of the tour, I will be back. There's more music coming. There's nothing to debate about that. There's more music coming. Why would Kendrick go back to these places? Why would Kendrick be going back to these places in general? And you feel what I'm saying? Not to mention that things have been leaking saying J. Cole's supposed to be going on a world tour for the fall off, which would be essentially his farewell tour. But imagine if you drop a project around the same time and you go on a stadium tour. You are quite literally giving J. Cole his Paul Pierce moment. You are quite literally giving J. Cole his Paul Pierce moment. They don't love you like that. You thought you was Kobe? That's what Draymond said to Paul Pierce. And if Kendrick were to do something like this, he would quite literally be giving J. Cole the Paul Pierce treatment on his farewell tour.
That analogy
and I think he's been
just sending me.
Hinting at that this whole time. And I don't even think he's gonna get on there. He might not even diss. He might not even diss. It might just be battle for battle, like album for album.
I'm more inclined to believe
Kendrick Lamar is the one that's gonna stop J. Cole from getting a number one or boom.
I'm more inclined to believe he'll drop a record. Like out of that, I'm more like 6 out of 10. Likely believe he'll drop a record around the time that J. Cole drops, because the thing is with him, if he were to diss J. Cole explicitly, that would be bringing attention to him, and that's not how. Like that's why in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, like he was clearly talking about J. Cole in that record, but he decided to take that part out where he's clearly mentioning him, because that would have brought unnecessary attention. You know? And literally in that verse, he says, I pay homage and I always mind my business. I made the born sinner beg me for forgiveness. I never change who I am for a rap image. Anyways.
Comparing the tours side by side is gonna look crazy.
Yeah.
Even if it is a Baby King project.
Oh. If
You
it
know
is
what
a
I'm saying?
Baby
So
King project, oh my god. I need a Baby King project. It's been like It's almost been 3 years. I need a Baby Keem project. Give me.
That's
Baby
all my
Keem
bullet
project.
points for the theory, though. I believe so.
The detective
Is that
music's
all I wanted
also
to get across?
17.
I think that's it. Yeah. You feel me? So the balloons, reincarnate.
You've convinced me. I'll bump it up to a 7 out of 10. As far as him like dissing J. Cole, I don't think that's gonna happen. If I'm being honest, I really don't think that's gonna happen. But Kendrick doing something petty like dropping the album around the time J. Cole drops his last album, so it diminishes the effect that it had. I would think that Kendrick would be that petty, especially since J. Cole kind of did that for ASAP. Like, he didn't announce his album was going to come out until ASAP dropped his album. For whatever reason that was for. I guess to split attention or have people, I don't know. That was kind of a strange thing, but, you know, it is what it is. If y'all like that video, like it. Let me know what y'all think about y'all theories down below and stuff like that. And yeah, with that being said, y'all be great, be safe, keep getting to that bag. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace.